English, please. English. Yes. Okay. Confirm. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? I have. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Okay. Going through the arbitrary items. Works for me. Current time. Oh no. Now everyone knows I'm playing this at 11:15 in the morning. Do I have to do this? I do. Too far. Yep. Confirm. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Got this fake bloom going on in these buttons. Hate that. I wonder if I can turn that off. What? I can't turn the lens bloom off. Fine. Well, let's do it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
There is a crouch. What does that say? Partition Corp. Providing partitions for 56 years. F1. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. F1. F1. Nothing? Okay. Let's try to hit F1. Let's see. Oh, here we go. That's the full message. Partition Corp. Yep. Interesting. I hate Mondays. Manual pencil sharpeners. Oh man, there's actually like, can I C, Q? Oh, I'm hitting the E button, and oh, okay, E must be interact. Can't. Wish I could see closer.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, clearly getting laid off.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
God, these desks are total trash. Papers all over the floor. Ooh, what's this? Oop. Shit. Well, it doesn't look like he was working on it anyway. Just gonna walk like right past one of these windows and it's like the G-Man's gonna be on the other side. Oh, another screen. Surname access. Turn off your shit. That is a security issue. Lock your computer before you leave. Doing all these people a favor. Everybody hates Mondays here, apparently. What time is it? Wait. Oh, the clocks actually say the time! The in-office clocks actually tell you the actual time. That's so cool. Oh, what do we got here? Sales in this quarter. What's that say? This does not make sense. Interesting. This is like a back room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, experiencing this game before, I'm just gonna go with the narrator because this is gonna be a multiple playthrough thing. Didn't lock his computer. He locked his door at least.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting the whiteboard manager. Rest in peace, Franz. Group cabal planning. This box is too small. Pre-review of weekly review. Ideas and development. Mergers. We're broke Wednesday. What to do about 432. Don't tell 432 about the meeting. Office party. Let's see. Not cost efficient. Standardized graphs. 40x wide. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets a topic of blank. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda and reflect. The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. What? Jim. So much more detail on these now. Bi-quarterly post-review. We need less reviews. The death sport portion of the primary review schedule. But I think that's a stupid idea. More hip to appeal to the teenage demographic. Find teenagers put in the teenage demographic. Big net, some sort of child trap. Oh, God. Teenagers, lots of percentage space between the teenagers. Jesus Christ. Throw something in the ideas bin. No more bins. Trash cans. Renaming of the ideas bin. 30. Firing of me. Oh, 3. Firing of me. Those are dots, not O's. Those are huge dots. What do people want? Things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Violet James, you are fired. What the hell? Happy feelings. The stock market is here somewhere. Teenager demographic, target demographic teenagers. What is hot? Profits, profits, profits. Oh, God. Telephone directory. Why is this in the middle of... Oh, it's the teenagers. They're trying to get the teenagers. Oh, my God. I'm not even going to read this. How to solve a dispute with your coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Excuse me. Oh, God. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Alright, we're moving on now. Monetize free to play? Oh, okay. I'm working for Tencent. Got it. This is the first door I've been able to open manually is the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, I closed the door behind me. It's the broom closet. This is the first aspect of control of my life in this game that
there was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
Don't understand.
No reason to still
I do have a choice here. I could choose to open the door or close the door. It's the first choice I've had.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
I am interacting with
he's
the
literally
door.
Just standing there doing sweet FA.
No. I'm opening the door and closing.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
No.
Why?
Because I can...
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Do you not see the door? The thing you said I could not interact with? Interacting with the door.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I don't know. That looks shiny.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Don't call me out like that.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
You said commentary, and the closed captioning said comedy. Clearly, you cannot be trusted. Okay.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
No. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Just forgive me for a second, narrator. Oh my god. That is genuinely disturbing. Alright, let's just go up to the office. Don't give this poor narrator a stroke. Executive bathroom, huh? Whoa! To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one, huh? Extreme bathrooms. Time. Just clock on it. Just time. Alright. Did you leave your computer on? No. Okay. Okay. Business time! Are hostile takeovers the new biannual... Yeah. And that's not spelled right. Percentage... Damn, that's tall. This is a very difficult room to heat.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Why
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I know, you want me to punch it in real quick, but this room is just so bizarre. Alright.
2845.
There.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I got really dark through those blast doors. Terrible positioning for that kind of lighting. Real dark. Oh. Tried to push up anyway and made me push the down arrow. At least the loading screen.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Right on. Oh.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Sorry.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? That's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Yeah, I heard the spark, and I just wanted to check to see if it was just the elevator being busted. So that's just my general curiosity of such things. just in case nothing else like popped up out of the irony of what I had just
Here
done.
we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office.
Yeah,
exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator.
Sorry about that.
It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Just shut the hell up.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Dick.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
The spark is completely unnecessary.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Really? Escape! Mind control facility. Escape. It's so boldly worded. Cameras, huh? There's cameras all over the place. Ooh. So, did I just step into Professor Xavier's, forget what that thing's called.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
This is one of the classic endings to Stanley Parable.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Fired!
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
There's mine. I was like 427, right? You see, there's 428, and I saw on his desk it had 3 zeros. Yeah, it has 3 zeros there. Yeah, it does kind of look like my desk. That's 427. Okay, so that has a employer observation protocol. See, these all have like little blue cross marks on it. I wonder if there's like some sort of pattern. Anyway, nothing I can really do about it now. That screen, but what's going on with that number up there? I wish I had like a focus. Yeah, that's just messed up. And up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I mean, potentially.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
A lot of pretty colors. That's kind of my thing. Like all these colored lights. It's really cool. So what do you guys want me to do? Oh, okay. Go to the facility power. I saw a button with the number 3 on it. Where is that? It's over here. Can I touch it? Ooh, I can. So let me think about this real quick. Yeah. It's 5. Oh, there's a button up there. There's 2 over here. 2, 1. And then I can see these stairs now. Oh, nope. That's locked off. Okay. 1, 2. I'm taking the long way to 3. It was over here. Here's 3. And let me guess, that's 4 up there? Yeah, I bet you it is. Can I push this button? Alright. And then 5's all the way over here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mind controls idle awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. System. Electric shock risk. Well, I could turn it off or turn it on. I could turn it off. You know. Off?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Now, cue the Clue movie, but maybe this is what really happened. transition because... Welcome back! Alright, let's go. I'm gonna go turn that machine on.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Turning it on.
To go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now I'm gonna bring them all back to work. Lockdown's over.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Speed run.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
clearly
office.
Clearly, they're right at the end of this storyline. You had the choice of off or on. Might as well just go speed run through and push that button. Wait, is that? Okay. Forgotten the layout of his office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Pressing so many buttons
Stanley
to try and
couldn't possibly
tear
learn this.
through all these bookshelves, and that gave me the achievement, You Cannot Jump.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input
Open the door.
correct
Open
code
the door.
by sheer
Open the door.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Come on. I've got minds to control. Cosmetic sparks.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
turn that
Control
on.
Facility.
We're going to turn the mind control facility on, and then after that ending, we will do the escape if there isn't no strange branching paths from the ones we see in those video cameras. Alright.
The lights rose on an enormous room
I can
packed
only
with
imagine
television screens.
that
What
this is
horrible
one of two
secret did this
textures.
place
That
hold?
terrible hard
Stanley
plastic,
thought to himself.
or it's a
Did he have the strength
soft,
to find out?
squishy latex rubber when you push the button. It has a pleasant texture. Okay, moving on. Squish.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Whoa,
Their true
whoa,
nature
whoa!
revealed. Each bore the
Shoot.
number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
Shoot. These
The lives
monitors
of so many
reacted
individuals
quickly.
reduced to images on a screen.
Fudge!
And Stanley, one of them, eternally
Fudge!
monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under
I don't want to
someone's
begin the game
control
again,
all this time?
but those screens
Was this the only
flashed a
reason
little
he was
something
happy
before they
with
went
his
into the
boring
blue,
job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
crossout signs.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
Pirate!
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
That's
Wasn't
his pirate.
it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
I'm not so
For
sure about
he
that.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Boop.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you want? Control? Stanley. I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
No.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation
I wonder if that's what those numbered
In
buttons
the event that
have.
this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yes.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Oh.
Look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same.
Aww.
All a part of the joke.
This is a
and believe me,
hell of a puzzle.
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Well then. Alright. I want to see about those 3 monitors near the end and see if they say any message.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Before I
Stanley
end
decided to go
this
to the meeting
recording.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, come on! That's not fair!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, if it doesn't say anything, I can just hit the reset button if I really want to, but...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I should have this number.
The moment he entered his manager's office,
now,
Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere.
Yeah, it's not it.
Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going.
Oh, shut up.
On the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845.
I was a digit.
Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly.
3845.
Ever.
I don't know. It don't matter.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Sorry, I thought I saw something through the smoke. Alright, so we turn on this switch, and then the next platform has the three monitors I was talking
about. An enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay. So these three monitors, they have blue little cross-out signs on them after I press this button, but there's like a quick flash. So I'm going to see if I can just look quickly enough.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
No, they were just...
Their true nature revealed.
They just flashed to a little something.
Of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Then that'll be it for this one, and I guess I'll upload another later. I don't know. I think 45-minute uploads work. We'll see.